What's up, people? We are back, and thank you so much for bearing with me in my absence. I was away at the national tournament in Providence, Rhode Island, and I not only got to play with some of my favorite people, namely David, Melissa, and Kate were my partners for the tournament, and our teammates Brooke and Raluca were also there for many of the events that we were playing in. So, first of all, thanks to all of you that I was able to play with or as part of a team. I had just a great time, and we had some really wonderful results. And also, thank you for those of you I was able to see in person and came up and said hello. I can't name all of you, but the highlights were Maureen, Jay Frizz. We had Krish that was there. So many names that you guys have heard thrown around, not only on this channel, but on bridgelesson.com. A lot of people were there live, and it was just a pleasure to get to interact with all of you. And thank you all so much for your kind words. So it gives me motivation to get back here and back to work. And that's where we are this week. Have a ton of content coming, not only here as usual, but also on bridgelesson.com. So don't forget to hop over there. And I'll leave a link right in the description to the homepage so you guys can see what's going on over there. But first things first, we are here for a weekly robot challenge. I put it in a best hand because honestly, I just threw it in there. I threw it in there real quick, so we're stuck with it. We'll get back to a non-best hand version of this next week, but we're back with a best hand imp game against the robot. 10 boards, and here is board number 1. It's gone past a diamond to us. Make your bid, folks. What would you do if this was your hand? And I'm going to give you the answer really quickly. This is not necessarily the perfect double of all time, but it's pretty close. We have an opening hand. We have at least 3 cards in all of the unbid suits. And we know that we have a best hand in these tournaments anyway, so it's really important, even if we were, not going to get in a realistic sense, to get in with these sorts of hands. But really, there's no reason we wouldn't get in here. This is the ideal shape. Now, let's say the right-hand opponent opened a club instead. This would be a hand where you would just be passing now, right? Because you have no bid that you can make. Overcalls are 5 or more in a suit, so we wouldn't be able to bid a spade. We would have to pass. But here, because right-hand opponent opened a diamond, we're just going to get in here with our garden variety takeout double, and here we go. And now our partner bids 2 hearts, and it's passed back to you. So make your bid, folks. Two questions here for you. What is 2 hearts? I'm not letting the robot description hang on the screen for too long. And also, what would you do in response to this? So one thing we have to recognize is we forced our partner to bid, right? So if they just bid 1 heart here, we would always pass, right? Because this would be 0 to 8 points. In fact, if we bid anything in response to 1 heart, we would be showing a huge hand. That would be that super duper double, that power double that you might have heard of before. So here, our partner's jumping to show us a better than normal hand. And what I mean by better than normal is the normal response, the minimum response is 0 to 8. Here, partner's showing like 9 to 11-ish. Can you make a game? My answer would be no. The cards are well placed on this hand. We expect that diamond holding is pretty good. We can't guarantee it. But think about it this way. We've shown this hand, right? We've shown exactly this amount of values in this shape. And what did partner do? They only bid 2 hearts. What were their other possibilities? Well, 4 hearts was one of them, right? A Q-bid response was one of them. 3 hearts could be one of them, right? So partner had a lot of options. They just chose the option to show more than their minimum. Does that mean we have to go any further? No. Does it mean we have a fit? No. And a partner could have 4 hearts over there. Remember, we've shown the ability to play in 3 suits. Do we have to have 4 cards in both majors? Not at all. In fact, this is a hand you would always be doubling with. Just recognize that these are situations where you may have a fit. Partner may have 5 or more hearts and we're all good. But if partner has 4, they would still take this action. What would partner do with a 9 count and 4 hearts? They would do this. Right, so recognize where you are, and the fact that you've shown this hand when you are the doubler, it's just like being the no trump opener. You've shown your hand so well that partner is the one that's going to usually either start asking questions to you or place the contract themselves, right? They may have situations where they get to show stuff like this, but here, without any extra values, we have a full opener, and that's about it. We're going to let it go. We are playing imps, so you might think, hey, let's be aggressive. And really, do you know who was supposed to be aggressive on this one, folks? It wasn't us. It was our partner. This is such a classic, just 4 heart bid in an imp game. My partner has an 11 count in high cards. They have 5 hearts, so they know we have a guaranteed heart fit, and they know that we've shown a full opening hand and are going to have issues here. So here, partner should either Q bid or just be bidding 4 hearts with this hand in an imp format. Honestly, if things go poorly for us, we might not be able to make 4 hearts. We're going to find out, though. And honestly, I'm going to be interested to see if the robot south took another call with partner only bidding 2 hearts with this north hand. But 2 hearts seems like a pretty massive underbid. We're getting a gift of a heart lead. Recognize that the lead's coming from this side, coming towards our hand. So it looks like they've pinpointed the hearts for us as well. This could get ugly. Meaning we could make way too many tricks on this hand. So first things first, I'm going to win the ace of hearts and take a look. Where's the jack of hearts? Well, it's probably likely going to be in the west player's hand. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to transport over to dummy, and I'm going to get 2 wins out of this I'm hoping for. First of all, I'm going to clear diamonds, number 1, and then I'm going to finesse a heart. And I'm going to do it this way because if this wins, and this is good, right? So the jack, now we know we're going to lose, right? So we see that East is pitching on this. So we now know that there are 2 hearts left, and it's like Jack X over here, right? That's what they're holding. So we're not going to be able to finesse this, or we could finesse this if we get back over there. I think they led the 9 of hearts initially, so we could actually go back there and finesse this card right away. Or we have another possibility. We could just lead a diamond right now and then just rough that and just forego this heart finesse. But we might have a way to throw away a diamond on a spade here. And let's just take a second. I'm thinking as I'm talking, so I'm going to take a moment and just think. And let's see if we can reconstruct some of the points that we are supposed to be seeing here. So we know we started with 13 and our partner had 11. That's 24. And East opened the bidding, so let's give them 12. That's 36. So West over here rates to have about 4 points on average. And they could have less. They've already shown up with the Jack of Hearts. That's 1. And the King of Hearts, actually, and that's 4. So where are all the points? Well, they're all in that East player's hand. So let's start with this information. The Queen of Spades should be here, and there's the confirmation. All right, so now we have a spot where we're probably going to be trading off tricks unless we can get super lucky. And super lucky would mean that West has spades, and we can somehow finesse the heart suit without actually playing hearts from the south player's hand. And to do that, we're going to have the same number of trumps in the north hand that we have in the west hand. This is a spot where we might be able to do what's called a trump coup, and it doesn't seem likely. I'm just going to reference it because I've come off of playing nationals, and I'm just looking for every single possible play that is out there as I fuel up a little more, so get some more caffeine in me here. What we need to have set up here is we can either finesse a heart right now and take a marked finesse against the heart and take all the heart tricks. But when we do that, we're going to be left with this card here and the clubs here. Now, maybe I'm getting lucky in a couple of different ways. First of all, I'm going to play a spade, and I'm going to play a spade to the king. And now I'm going to play a diamond. Now, here's the problem. If lefty overroughs this, it's just all over, and it could just be a disaster here. But if lefty doesn't, now if they have a long spade situation here, we might get somewhat lucky. And watch what's happening. I'm going to play the 10 of spades. I'm going to pitch a club now. And now I think I'm just going to have end played myself at some point. Watch what's going to happen. It's going to go club. And now we get to rough this, but now I'm in my hand, right? So I wasn't ever able to develop a situation where I could get the position to do everything I needed. We did pretty well in the play, all things considered. The bidding we could have certainly done much better with, right? We're only in 2 hearts. I stand by the discussion we had during the auction. I would not be bidding again with the south player's hand. I don't even know if I have a fit here when partner bids 2 hearts. Their hand is just way, way too good for the action they took. This bid is 4 hearts for the north player's hand, especially in an imp format. But really, in a match point format, I would just be bidding 4 hearts with the north hand. I would equate that with an opening hand opposite a double. I know I have a heart fit, and that makes this hand even more valuable because the other cards here, the only cards that might be not worthy are the Jack 10 of diamonds diamonds, and as we see, the jack is not worthy, but okay, that's one of the construction of that hand, which is the rest pretty darn good for our contract. So I don't think we're behind, to be honest. I think we're probably chopping that with the robot if they're going to bid it the same way, unless they know to bid again with the south player's hand. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, so if they're in 4 hearts, oh well. At least it's board 1. No one's vulnerable, so we'll claw back those imps hopefully in the future. Take a look at this one. Ooh. We're starting with fire on these first couple boards. Make your bed, folks. What would you do? So here's the rule with a 2-club opener. You should open 2 clubs whenever you have 22 plus high card points, right? That's just pretty standard. But also in situations where you are afraid if you do not open 2 clubs, you will miss a very good game. This is a hand where I would expect, if I don't open 2 clubs, I would expect to miss a really makeable game with partner having a pass over there. And let me say give partner 3 small spades and the queen of hearts. That's 2 points, and if you open a spade, it's going to go all pass, or at least partner's going to pass. Do you think you can make a game opposite that hold? I would say, yeah, you're a huge favorite, right? So here, anytime you can picture any sort of hand that partner would be passing your 1 spade opening bid, and you're making a game, I think you should just be opening 2 clubs. So think of the 2 club opening bid as 22 plus, or within 1.5 tricks of a game yourself. And here, if you count your losers on this one, you would get to that number pretty easily as well. So here, I'm going to open 2 clubs, and I'm just going to bid naturally after this. And look at this. So interesting spot. I don't know if I can ask what this pass is, but let's just discuss this situation for your purposes in the future. Whenever you get interference after the 2 club bid, which is right here, right? Our left-hand opponent overcalled 2 diamonds. The standard method here for North would be to double with any double negative. And what does that mean? Well, it means that if North had, in a standard agreement structure, if North had nothing, they would have doubled here. So the fact that they didn't double means they have enough to play game opposite our 2 club opening bid. Now, I don't think the robot knows this or has any knowledge of this whatsoever, but this is good discussion for you and your partnership to have. So if you're watching this, talk about this situation with your partner. Double by North would show a double negative. Any other bid would, including pass, would just be positive in response, right? So it's not necessarily 8 plus, but it says I can play game. Any free bid would be 8 plus and natural. And it goes 2 hearts over here. Interesting. 2 diamonds on my left, 2 hearts. I almost want to double this for penalty, but to be fair, I'm just going to describe my hand. I don't have to mess around, folks. Recognize I'm just bidding 2 spades because my partner has the knowledge that I've already opened 2 clubs. So I don't need to bid 4 spades with this hand. I can just bid 2 spades. I've shown a massive hand with spades, and here goes my partner bidding 4. I would love to maybe have messed around and ripped on hearts there and gotten to defend, but recognize, this is a terrible spot. We're never going to get to play that. We're voiding diamonds. Lefty's just going to be bidding. But also, we have a situation where, we have so many spades, we might not take that many tricks against this. And look at this. We're going to get a little heart rough here. Ooh, they did not take advantage. Very nice. All right, so we're going to win this sucker right here, and we are going to draw some trump. We're hoping to draw trump in 2 rounds, and that's going to give us extra entries to that North player's hand over there. So let's play a spade. And there's 1 round, and now we're going to play the 10 of spades and overtake it with the jack. Okay, good. So now we've developed 2 entries to that North player's hand. Number 1 is the jack that we're taking right now. I didn't need to play the 10 here. I could have played the 3, but whatever. This is just playing an embarrassment of riches of your trump suit right here. Now I have this 7 of spades for a future entry, and I'm going to use both of these to just play my heart suit, right? I'm going to play the 9 of hearts. I'm going to play low. This is the finesse I know is going to win, right? And now they're actually taking care of this for me, and I get to play all my hearts. And now I am honestly just going to try to pseudo squeeze my opponents out of their last card. Recognize from this moment, I have 1 loser left, and it's in clubs. And sorry, folks, let me show you what I'm looking at here. And there's our contract and our tricks here. So here, I know I'm going to lose a club at some point. And in a realistic sense, I will tell you that the robot is almost never going to get this wrong. But in a practical sense, at the real bridge table, as has been proven throughout the bridge history, when you just start playing cards and they're not sure what's going on, they might keep the wrong cards at the end, either one or both opponents. You give them the opportunity to do that. I could play clubs right now and reveal some part of this position and give them a chance to give some count signals and dial it in. Instead, knowing that I have one loser and one loser only, and there's no way to get rid of it, I'm just going to play every card I have. No one's played diamonds yet, I believe, right? Everyone has just played hearts and or spades. So no one really knows what's going on in this diamond suit at all. And I'm going to pitch clubs like I don't need them, right? So here we go. We're going to test our methods, right? And then this is the cool thing about it. You don't need to do anything special. You just need to start playing cards here. And here they do the funky thing of pitching away all their good ones and save just the 3 just to be the robot. And we take the exact same number of tricks that we were supposed to take, right? So here, opening 2 clubs, very important in this hand. That's the big lesson here, right? We want to open our 2. Watch, if you open 1 spade, luckily West is going to bid for you. But if you open 1 spade and if we massage the East-West cards to be something nebulous in each of the hands, it's probably going to go 1 spade, all pass, and you're going to be kicking yourself for making a game when you could have just opened 2 clubs with this hand. So notice you did not need even as much as I suggested, right? Partner didn't even have the Queen of Hearts, and you're still able to scrape this together. Now, could the robots have done better defensively? Sure. They could have gotten a ruff in there for their heart. Are they beating it? No. Unfortunately for them, they don't have a way to beat this, and they don't have any way to transport outside of the heart suit, unfortunately, right away for themselves. So not a bad start, I think. I don't think that the robot's going to bid a game on board 1. I think they're going to have the same auction that we did, even though, as discussed, with board number 1, folks, that is a 4-heart bid for all time, right? And let me show you, just as a reminder here. When partner doubles and you have this north hand, you bid a game, folks. Don't leave partner hanging. Don't make them guess what you're looking at over there, or at least make a stronger bid than 2 hearts, right? That's just too good for that. All right, guys, we will be back with hand number 2, and look at this one, folks. What are you going to open this hand? What am I going to open it? We'll find out tomorrow, folks. I'll see you for it. Take care.